Welcome to HeavenMinistries.com. Frank and Angie Lewis are a living testimony of overcoming alcoholism. Angie has been sober for over 15 years, and in this segment they will be talking a little bit about detachment from an addiction. I'll introduce you to them in a moment. Heaven Ministries gets lots of letters from wives and husbands who want to know how to detach from an alcoholic spouse when they are living in the same house. Detaching from an addiction is not necessarily physically separating yourself from an alcoholic, although it may include that, but emotionally detaching from the symptoms of an alcoholic's behavior when they are drinking. It's important to know the difference of when to detach. The ebook on how to detach from an alcoholic spouse talks about this in great lengths. Frank and Angie are going to discuss some of the strategies of detachment that you can implement in your life with the alcoholic you love. And here is Frank and Angie. What are some ways you emotionally detached from Angie when she was drinking and behaving belligerent? What helped you find sanity while living with and loving an alcoholic?
I think that what helped me was seeking out information and education on this part or this subject, and that's what this is all about, is helping people find out more helpful and useful information. I think that without having the proper mindset and understanding, it's real easy to just perpetuate and continue just behaviors that just don't create a peaceful existence. And I think it's important to remember that detaching is not about the alcoholic person. It's about you. It's about your peace and your happiness, your contentment. And so when we keep that in mind, it's easier to understand what we should do and what we shouldn't do. It's easier, but it's not the whole picture. I mean, you do need some input, and so the input is do whatever it takes, to be at peace within yourself. It's particular to the situation. So while I may have done one thing, it may not work for you. It's not anything that's specific. There's not one way of achieving contentment. Having said that, a few things that can be done are things like going into another room, shutting the door, going out in the yard, doing some gardening. If you don't have a yard, go to the sewing room. If you're sitting there and you're trying to read and the situation's disruptive, I've done things like put earplugs in my ears. That's not an original thought. It's something I had to learn that was an option. Did I think it sounded silly? Yes, I did. But at the time, when I needed it, I used it, and it worked. So
it seemed appropriate to you?
It was appropriate for the time. It was for the moment. And it's important to also remember that we don't want to... Detaching encompasses not... it's like not hitting back. You're not doing anything that is causing the other person to feel as if you're attacking them personally. So, some of these behaviors may cause questions like, well, what are you doing? You putting earplugs in your ear? It's important not to respond in a negative way, like, well, yeah, I don't want to listen to you, I'm just trying to concentrate on what I'm reading, and I have been listening to you already for a half hour, and it's my reading hour, or whatever. Just modify it to whatever fits the situation. But I hope that's helpful.